Alright, so I'm catching shit for this from my girlfriend, but I'm going to record a quick video here to show Hal what I wound up getting done for my drone setup. And, yeah, she's picking on me. But she's cool. So anyways, I've got this little setup here with some computers on it and some buttons to control where it's at. And you can see this one's running the automatic LCD screw 2. This one's not running anything yet, but it was being used to test the LCD screens. You can see each of these screens here is displaying a different ore and its level, and ice. Although that one's hard to see because it's a limitation of the automatic LCDs. I wish I could display the ice in this format, but I can't. It wants to do a bar and then the word ice behind it, and I can't get it to go two lines like this, so small text is the only option. And you can see I've got 460k of ice, but we'll wind up sending that out, and we'll send the silicon out. We'll send out the silicon, send out the ice, and I've got way too much iron, so let's send out the gold again. This is the second time I recorded it. My mic was turned off and I didn't know it. So you can see there's the gold drone just heading off now. The ice is over there, and that one is heading off that way to the ice rig. And you can see the silicon drone is heading off that way to the silicon rig. So we'll just sit up here on the rooftop here. The ice drone is actually set for a much longer docking time. In fact, I think I'm going to change that now since I'm sitting here waiting anyways. Yeah, timer's set for 1:30. Let's change that to just 30. Alright. Now, that should be much more in line. I believe the other ones are set for 40 seconds, which they both need to be put down to 20. But you can see that's all docked up over there now. And the gold rig, the gold is all docked up over there. And you saw the rigs that I'm using. This one I've got two gold rigs going because the ore deposit is spread out enough that I can run two of these things in the same grid and have them 100 meters apart. So that allows me to have two of the advanced gold rigs running and supplying it, and it's getting me almost no gold because, you know, if it pulled out the resources quickly, then I might as well just get a gravel sifter that gives me all the ore I want, and that would just ruin the fun of the game. So you can see the silicon drone's almost back, and the gold drone's almost back. They're coming into dock right now. The last recording that my sound did not work on, the magnesium drone there, I discovered was coming in at too fast. Or was that the ice drone that just... No. So you see that landed right in there. But the the magnesium drone for some reason didn't land. I had to adjust the GPS coordinates, and I discovered that I'm going to have to slow down the speed limit because they're coming in a bit too hot. And the ice drone is going to be heading here shortly. But you can see those just flew back in and landed. And come on. It's a 3-kilometer flight at a slower pace because I've got the speed limit turned down. Apparently not enough, but the speed limit is turned down on them. Alright, so there's the ice drone coming back. The approach vector for that ice rig goes past the ice rig from where we're standing and then comes in, so it takes it a minute. Got lots of flight power, so why don't I just fly over there and we'll dampen to it and you can see it flying through its course. Well, we'll hopefully dampen to it without running into it. So, there, I'll just stand on it. We know that's safe. So when it's on its way there, just before it gets there, it switches the connector to collect all. So if we go through the paces here, when it leaves home, it gets to the approach, and when it gets close to the drone pickup, which is drone 2 here, it has 2 actions. It turns on the connector and it turns off the connector and it turns on collect all. No, it turns on the collector. Sorry. So it'll suck all the ice out from the rig. This one, it toggles the connector on, which it shouldn't be. It should be toggle it off here, but it toggles the block on and starts the park and take off timer blocks. When it gets home, it should turn on the connector and toggle the park timer block. So there's a method to my madness. A little bit of logic there, not much. Got some extra timer blocks because I was going to mess with trying to do some power management stuff, and it wasn't working out, unfortunately. Alright, so this is gonna come back in. You can see that it picked up quite a bit of ice. So we've got an extra 120K here coming in. So it'll just dock there. Alright, now we should be able to come over here. A little bit of a bounce there. And you'll see for the ice that we're now 582K. Gold really made no difference. Yeah, I've already sent all the drones out, so it's not going to make much difference in their totals, but because the rigs are still empty. But yeah, that's how they work, and I'm actually quite happy with this little setup. I can monitor my resource levels for each of the ores, and rather than going out and mining it myself, I just say, oh, I'm low, and hit the button. So works out pretty good. Anyways, let me know what you think. I'm open to suggestions.